Just when I thought I'd heard it all, I stumble across the prison planet theory. Trust me, you don't want to miss this one. So everybody remembers growing up, they're hanging out with either a group of friends or by themselves, staring up at the stars and pondering, where exactly did we come from? How did we get on this wonderful planet we call Earth? I think it's safe to say that the majority of people, at some point or another throughout their life, asks this question. And with the rapid advancement of science and technology, humanity may be even closer than we ever have been to finding the answer. But of course, along the way, scientists and theorists alike have come up with numerous hypotheses. One of the more recent theories that have gained traction as of late is known as the prison planet theory. What this theory entails may not only surprise you, but it may leave you absolutely baffled. Before I continue, fam, you all know the drill. This video is absolutely for entertainment purposes only. Do not take it to heart, and it may or may not be true. It's just a very interesting theory that is gaining traction as of late, simply due to the fact that there's been a lot of alien sightings these past couple years, and it's kind of tapping into people's intrigue. They're very curious about any possibilities of extraterrestrials and any theories that pertain to them. So again, don't take it to heart, take it with a grain of salt, and enjoy the video for what it is. And we're not just talking your tinfoil hat wearing conspiracy theorists here. We're talking some legitimate, respected scientists in the community chiming in and giving their 2 cents on this idea. One of those gentlemen being ecologist Dr. Ellis Silver, who believes that mankind is not indigenous to Earth, and he provides facts to back it up. First, Silver acknowledges that humans are unlike any species on this planet in both our mental capacity and our intelligence. That in fact, there is no species on Earth that can compete with mankind's ability to create, philosophize, and advance technologically. All that being said, Silver continues that physiologically, mankind has many characteristics that suggest we didn't, in fact, originate here on Earth. The first example he offers is the fact that human mothers experience both complications and pain during natural childbirth that is not witnessed elsewhere in the animal kingdom. While it can be argued that many of these complications may be due to the size of a baby human's head, Silver argues that there is no basis for this to be normal if this is a result of evolutionary progression. Silver also argues that human babies are virtually helpless for years after birth, developing excruciatingly slow when compared to the rest of the animal kingdom. Within the animal kingdom, rather, it is the norm for babies to become fairly self-sufficient in a rapid amount of time. Silver goes on to note that as humans age, we display certain anomalous traits that we don't share with other members of the animal kingdom. He cites the fact that we are extraordinarily prone to developing chronic illnesses, that we are weak to the impact of the sun, we are the only species that experiences sunburn, and that the range of frequencies that we can hear is relatively low compared to the rest of the animal kingdom. And on top of all of that, we are so prone to back issues because of the gravitational difference between Earth and our original home world. According to his theory, he believes it's a strong possibility that Earth serves as a prison planet for holding prisoners who found themselves incapable of integrating into the normalcy of society on their relative planet. He believes that it is highly possible that our ancestors were exiled here on Earth due to their own indiscretions, leaving them to be forgotten about before they continuously began breeding with Neanderthals, calling it the prison planet theory. Silver remarks on why we all find ourselves here saying, we have progressed on our prison planet. He further adds weight to his theory by stating that our ancestors may have had overseers at one time, that these overseers became gods in the minds of our ancestors. He even suggested the UFOs that we may be seeing today are our overseers, coming back to take a look at us and see how far or how little we have progressed on our prison planet. This theory, as outlandish as it may sound, is said to be believed by up to 12 million people in the United States alone. Now, 12 million people is a lot of people, and will have many of you scratching your heads when I tell you exactly what this theory entails. And that theory states that the entirety of this earth is a farm, and that humanity was brought here to harvest our energy, namely our negative energy. Now, who could be behind such an evil agenda, you might ask? Well, many believe it's the human reptoid species. Mainstream ufology, they call these extraterrestrial beings the reptilian race. According to this theory, they are the true rulers of our entire planet. There are generally 2 schools of thought on where the reptilians actually came from. Some believe that they evolved here on Earth, left Earth after they mastered intergalactic travel, and then returned millions of years later. Others believe their home planet is in the Draco constellations. Supposedly, They came to Earth thousands of years ago and shared the Earth with people. Then they either decided or were forced to go undercover and hid themselves from our reality. They also started to interbreed with humans by altering our DNA, similar to the way that people alter computer code. This altering of our DNA had a twofold effect. They altered it so we don't use our brain to its full capacity, putting a limit on our consciousness and making us easier to control. As evidence, one theorist points to the fact that we have reptile genes within our brain. In fact, the reptilian brain is the oldest of the three parts that control the brain. The second is that people with reptile DNA in them can be possessed by reptilians who live outside of our realm and of our awareness in the lower fourth dimension. These human-reptile hybrids, considered demigods, were able to gain power in ancient civilizations of Sumer, Babylon, and Mesopotamia. As humankind started to colonize the rest of the planet, the reptiles spread across the earth. It's said that evidence that supports this is the fact that civilizations throughout the world have reptile gods or worship reptile beings. One notable example is a figurine that was found in the area that was Mesopotamia and is now modern-day Iraq. And this figurine is from the time period just before civilization started, called the Ubaid period, 6500 to 3800 BC. It looks to be a statue of a humanoid snake creature holding a baby. Besides this pre-civilization relic, there are stories of reptile gods and demigods found throughout ancient history across the planet. Just to name a few, Mesoamerica had a winged serpent called Quetzalcoatl. Hindus had a god called the Naga, which was half human, half cobra. Apep was the Egyptian god of chaos and is depicted as a cobra. This doesn't even include how many different cultures around the world have stories of great reptiles like dragons. He states that these stories of reptile gods and dragons originated from when the reptilians operated out in the open before they went underground. He points that throughout many cultures, there are stories similar to Adam and Eve, where reptile creatures are the gatekeepers to special places like the Garden of Eden. In some stories, they even give spiritual knowledge to humanity. Theorists acknowledge that some of this may be metaphorical, but they believe that these stories are actually evidence of the time before they went underground. And of course, the biggest question surrounding this theory is, why would they do it? Well, one belief is that they need our gold to help stabilize the atmosphere on their own planet. Another theory is that they just have a need for power and control, and they enjoy living life as rulers, as they are colonizers in this realm. And finally, a third, incredibly metaphysical explanation involves that they live in the fourth lower dimension. Essentially, one of the main things that they try to do is cause human suffering and ensure that there is constant conflict. The reason they want this is because they actually consume negative energy, like jealousy, fear, and anger, as a source of their food. It gives them longevity, enables them to thrive. See, as humans, we are naturally love and light beings. We are not meant to be jealous or fearful. Well, there you have it. I told y'all it was a doozy, didn't I? I came across the theory. I thought y'all would like it, so I shared it with you. Even though it's seemingly a far-fetched theory, I had to share it. And before you ask, yes, I saw the aliens in Brazil, and yes, I saw the jellyfish UFO in Iraq. Very cool was the jellyfish UFO, the aliens in Brazil. Though it was really weird, my final thoughts are, something was amiss about it. That's all. Either way, if you were looking forward to a post, I apologize, didn't get to it. But I hope you enjoyed this one. So stay tuned, stay in the love, stay in the light, be kind to others. I am